what inspired you to write Captain Close?
Well, I wrote 6 short stories in lockdown just to keep me occupied because I wondered what people were doing while they weren't able to do the things they normally do. And so I had a vision of a small close with 6 houses and people, going about their business, and how if they could do things later on, whether they would, because a lot of people became very friendly over lockdown in a strange way because they saw each other socially distancing, but they still saw one another. And so in our street particularly, we actually got to know neighbours that we'd never met before because we were at home, working from home, and we'd have a 10-minute break outside and we got chatting. And since lockdown, we've become very friendly and done lots of things together. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice to write about a street where people got to know each other and became friendly? So the premise of this is that they'll all get together at the end of the book to raise money for a children's charity. So that's the conclusion of the book. But obviously all of the characters have problems and things along the way, and they're all resolved. Well, not resolved, but they all come along. So yes, that's what inspired me to write it. But I wrote it as 6 short stories, and then when I joined a writing group, a person in my writing group said to me, "You should make that into a novel." So I thought, oh well, don't know how, but I'll have a go. So I did, and then over the months I've evolved it into a novel. So.
Okay. I was told by friends when we were quite often in the pub, recapping all the things we'd done, and they said, "Why don't you write your autobiography?" And so I realised that I've got a good memory for the things that have gone in the past, and especially relating to music. When I became a DJ, I could remember when all the tunes came out, the time of year in the 60s mainly, and relate to them. And then when I started to play in indie clubs and doing all the tunes, and the similarity between 60s music and indie, I made me think that once all this is getting towards the end, I ought to put all the bits and pieces together and write the book. And so with Di's help, she tightened it up a little bit and put all the pieces together. And that's basically how I completed the book. And it was a long time in the making, a cast of thousands and way over budget. But it took about 4 to 5 years in all. And I found the best part to write was in the afternoons. And I set myself up for that and did 2 hours every afternoon in the working week. And that's how I got to where I am today.
Well done. Okay. I don't push anything, though.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Let me see now. Sorry. Oh, up here. Yeah. I don't push anything, no. Just. I go back to when I was 11. It was just an English lesson at school, and we did a comprehension on Kes. I think John Brain wrote that book. I think Kes, yes. Yeah. Was it John Brain? Yeah. And anyway, we had to do comprehensions, hand them in, and we had to wait a week for the result, for how good they or bad they were. And I was singled out as the only child that wrote half-decent comprehension on it. So that stayed with me. And then coming later, I'm a tradesman, so I always dreamt of building my own house. So I went to Bulgaria. Well, I bought a plot of land online, and I had to go find it and build my house. And so that explains the semi-autobiographical aspect of the book. And so I went out and did it. And I thought, I've got to put the story down on paper. Didn't go too much to plan, but there's a story in it anyway. And so that's it. That's the reason, really. But because it's semi-autobiographical, it's not completely contrived. I thought, I've got to do it again and just pluck a story out of thin air and write raw, So I've got the second one written. Well, we'll see how we get on with this one, and I'll go forward with the second one, publisher, whatever. But that's it. That's me in writing. Yeah, thanks.